and maybe rock music wouldn't have went through the transition it went through. I mean, it actually opened the doors for hip hop to come in, and I believe hip hop, that could happen for us as well. We can open the door for some other sort of aggressive music to come in, something with emotion and feeling, and not so, robotic and watered down. Well, we're talking about two of the most dynamic performers in hip hop, and Biggie and Pac. So their unexpected and departure left a huge void, and so that's gonna always be difficult to replace. I mean, they're irreplaceable, no pun, but they're irreplaceable. No pun again. There's pun as well. They're just irreplaceable icons in the music, and had they lived, it would have been very interesting, with everything that was going on. And I would have loved to see both of those guys fulfill their potential, and I believe it would have pushed everyone artistically. I know it would have pushed me to make even greater music, just to stay around and compete with those guys. Because I remember Biggie making Who Shot Ya? Someone gave me the song before it was out, and I took it home in my car, and I made like 4 songs that night. So, just the push, and it would have been both ways. I remember playing, the last record I ever played for Biggie was Streets Is Watching. And I remember he just saying, play it again, son. And I had to play it for him 20 times. I played it for him so many times, I gave it to him. This is a song that was a demo. It was the first record I made for Volume 1. And this was right before he passed away. And he played it so many times, I said, man, just keep it. I just gave him the record. And when he first started making Life After Death, he gave me like 4 records. So we were just exchanging records and, really just pushing each other creatively. And that was just a close relationship. But I'm talking about for hip-hop on the whole, that would have happened. Every time Pop would have released a record, that would have made Big want to make a better record, and vice versa, which would have, went down to me and Nas, would have went down to, and it would have been very difficult for a lot of watered down material to get in the game. My definition of what it takes to be the greatest rapper is someone who can take real emotions, add the technicality of double and triple entendres, and clever phrasing, have incredible syncopation and different rhythms and different ways to move around the track, have consistency, have range. You could talk about, pretty much anything. That's pretty much it. And that's very difficult to have all those type of things. Some people are great technically, and then some people are great at conveying a real emotion. I mean, because if you technically, you have the whole English language at your disposal. Not to say it's a little easier. If you could say anything, you could just say that red speaker with my white sneakers, and you could just keep going. But to have a stream of conscious thought based on a real situation, now you're starting to narrow the page, right? If you got the whole dictionary, the page is this big, it could write anything, and you're starting to narrow into a topic that's real, and you have to stick to that topic. You can't just throw anything in it, and then you write in double entendres, and then you have the syncopation and this, and some new type of flow, and then you're doing it for 20 years, 15 years, or whatever, and it's like you have to consider that to be the qualifications of the greatest rapper. I think they're great rappers, and I think they're a lot of people have done amazing things, but if we're talking about the greatest, then we have to put everything into that equation, right? We're putting verses and intros and catalog, and if we put in catalog, it's going to be very difficult for anybody to match the catalog that I've done. I believe it's all opinion, right? But You know, I mean, I have the stats to go with the opinion. Well, rap and music in general is always gonna be number one because that's the thing that opened up the door for all those things. You know, that